Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining this webinar. Again, my name is James Sullivan, and I am a certified financial education instructor, which is a long title. So I just like to say CFEI. But then people are going to ask me, what does that mean? So that's why I say the whole name. I am certified by the National Financial Education Council, if I can just get that out correctly. And again, thank you for joining me. I'm excited to share with you what I have. Uh, if you don't know me, um, you may not know that I like numbers and I like budgeting. I love all this type stuff. So I am doing something that I love. And also, I'm doing this because I love to share things that I know, what I've learned with people. Uh, People ask why I do this, and that's pretty much the main reason why I do this. So I'm going to stop talking about myself. Oh, I do want to also mention that um, this is another way to give back. So I think that's important when we talk about our community. How can we give back? We need to stop complaining about people not doing things the right way. I think it's our place in most cases to teach, the younger generation or even our peers on things that we have learned and picked up. Again, I'm your one-on-one financial coach. So we're going to talk about, of course, your financial foundation, which is the mindset. That's going to be the most important thing that we're going to discuss this evening. Of course, your budget, your credit, and your peace of mind, or your freedom, is what I like to call it. And this is going to be a part of the emPOWERu series, which is a facet of MILLEN Forward, which is the nonprofit. And we focus on financial education, technology ideation, and also real estate investing. But this, like I said, this webinar is strictly talking about the financial foundation, which is the mindset. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. Everyone has a pyramid of this, of where they want to go, or the steps to take. And this is the step that we chose to go by. And like I said before, you're going to hear me say it a lot. So bear with me, and please don't take it the wrong way. But the mindset is the most important thing, period. You can't fix your credit. You can't figure out how to budget. You can't figure out how to get out of debt. You can't figure out which loans are the right thing. And you can't be or experience freedom or have a peace of mind without first correcting the mindset. So again, we're going to get more into mindset today. But the second step is budget and credit. Okay, in that module, we're going to be learning about budgeting, saving, your spending habits. You're going to learn how to create a monthly budget and savings plan. You're going to identify the correlation between your credit history and your financial reputation. You're going to learn how to maintain and build and repair your credit. That's what that's about. Third step, loans and debt. It's important that you understand the types of loans, what's the loan qualification process. You will gain awareness of the types of debt, the best way to pay off debt the quickest. Some people say pay the highest interest rate first and then apply the minimum payments to your other debt. Some other people say just pay off the lowest balance debt and then you snowball it and eventually you'll pay off all your debt. Both are right. It just depends on what stage you're in. So just keep that in mind. Then freedom, peace of mind. Uh, I like to call it living an auto draft lifestyle. Eventually, you won't have any bills when you pay off all your debt, but in the beginning, it's auto draft. Uh, Auto draft your mortgage, auto draft your light bill, auto draft everything. To me, that's I never thought I would live that way, but once you control where your money goes, it's a piece of cake. I promise you it is. Just bear with me. I promise you. So those are my steps when it comes to financial education. So let's go ahead and jump right in and start on the mindset. The first thing I can sum it up, and you see it here in one word, and that is motivation. What is your motivation? Um, what is your motivation to acquire money? It plays an important factor in your overall financial success. I'm going to use this story. I may use it another time, but I've been in situations where um, I didn't want to be in a certain situation, and my motivation was, and I get into it a little more, was not to ever feel like that again. Uh, Another one of my motivations is now that I'm not in that place anymore, is I want to live freely. People say I want to retire. That's important to me, but it may not be important for some people. And this is another motivator for me. I want to be able to one day give away money. That may sound crazy, but I want to give away money. Um, Another thing, I want to invest my money. Just learning, um, you know, about money and credit and debt. I think it's fun it's fun to invest. I think I find joy in doing that. But that's me. What I like may not be important to you. So that's motivation. I mean, if you can't, some people have a hard time thinking about what motivates them. I'm not sure why. Um, it has to do with purpose, purpose in life. But if you can't find the motivation, I like to ask people, what are the reasons for you wanting to learn about money? Why? What are the reasons why you want to repair your credit? Why do you want to budget? All those can be motivational factors. And then on the flip side, think about all the reasons against why you shouldn't learn about money or your financial well-being. I guarantee 100% the reasons for doing something will outweigh the reasons against it. I bet the house on it. You hear me say that a lot also. Again, what is the most important thing to you? What motivates you to get money? Why do these things motivate you to get money? These are some of the things that you need to start thinking about when it comes to your mindset. Also, you have to stay true to your motivations. Your motivation will shape how you spend money. I guarantee. Like I said, motivation, which we already talked about, how does the mindset develop? Where did you learn about money and emotions, dreams, goals, and being a lifelong learner? So back, to talking about motivation, we move on to the next. How does the mindset develop? Well, if you look at these Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the mindset develops depending on which stage you're in. Like I said, everybody's different. And let's say, just take this for example. If I gave you $5,000, what would you do with the $5,000? What would you spend it on? Now, if you're the person who would put it back for, um, saving it for, the future or whatever, then you're probably going to be uh, on the security needs. You need that need addressed. If you just want to throw a big party, you know, there may be love and belonging needs. Just set it out for everybody. But if you're worried about how you're going to pay your light bill, or paying your mortgage, or scared to get kicked out, or just need to eat, or need to find food, then you're going to be on the physiological. You're going to be in a different area. You have, just take a look at those, and like I said, you have to realize where you are when it comes to your needs. Okay, if you don't know where you are, you won't know how to address them. And again, like I said, this is all about the mindset. How you change the mindset. What do you think? How you need to think. Now, think back of how you spent, how you would have spent the $5,000. What were your motivations? Like, when we talk about your motivations, we all are subject. We all are. We're conditioned. It's called human conditioning. Like humans are conditioned to move away from pain and, of course, towards pleasure. But I want you to also realize that there's a positive aspect of pain avoidance. And an example of that is insurance. Even though, it's pain avoidance, you pay monthly to avoid the pain of, paying a huge out-of-pocket bill for whatever, a health or a car, whatever it may be. So, you're dealing with that so that you don't suffer the pain later. But the negative aspect is if you had a bad day, if you are at work, or if you're just mad, you buy the bar at the club or something, or you buy some shoes that are on sale. That's a negative aspect of it, because you can't really actually benefit from that. I mean, it make you feel good because you're going away from the pain of having a bad day to a pleasure of buying something new. But, it's not really benefiting you at all, to be honest. Now, think back to the $5,000. What did you spend it on when you were imagining where to spend it? Did you spend it on avoiding pain, or did you spend it on something about seeking pleasure, or was it both? Another important aspect of of money, and when you think about how to save more, budget, raise your credit score, is where did you learn about money? This is and what I like to ask people is think about, or at least list the 5 top influences in your life when it comes to your financial life. Now, the key is, usually we learn about money through our parents, school. It can be your friends. And when I say school, I don't even remember. Like in school, I probably wrote maybe, I think, like 1 check. I didn't talk about debt. I didn't talk about credit. We didn't talk about anything. And this was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm giving my age here. But the most important thing is we didn't learn about money from places where we needed to learn about. And another thing too, when you, like, of course, you stay with your parents and the people who raised you, you can't really help that. But your friends, and you can't really help what you learn in school, but your friends and the people you surround yourself with, they need to be 100% consistent with your values, your beliefs, and your lifestyle that you want to live. And this is just a quick example. If you want to be a doctor, you shouldn't hang around with a baseball player. That type stuff. You should learn from people that are consistent with your values, your beliefs, and your lifestyle. Another influencer is social media. I had a friend, or I have a cousin, I have several friends who say, "Oh man, my girl was just on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, and their friends are going out all the time, taking vacations, and now she coming at me talking about why we don't do none of this stuff." Which, it's okay to take vacation, take time to yourself, but you have to be careful not to get caught up in what you see on social media, because 9 times out of 10, the people who you see that you think are doing it, they're not really doing it. So we call it keeping up with the Joneses. And like, I'm not casting you to hell if you have done it. I've done it before too, but I've learned from it. And like I said, it all goes back to the mindset of you thinking about your values, your beliefs, and your lifestyles, and where you want to go. Moving on to another influencer is very important, is advertising. How many people have clicked on went to Google and searched for, tires, a shirt, shoes, vacation, whatever it may be. Then the next thing you know, you logging in on your phone, then you get a dang advertiser. It's because they're tracking what you do. So it should be illegal, but I understand the targeting aspect, the marketing aspect of it. But just be careful with advertisers. I mean, they know what you do on your smartphone. They record everything that you do. So you have to be careful. They'll make you spend money you don't want to spend. Let's just say that. And lastly, I'm just going to read this. Money is a social tool, and our attitudes, beliefs, and practices are heavily influenced by society. Now, ask yourself, now, are our friends living with the financial values that are consistent with the lifestyles that we want for ourselves? That is a important question. And I will ask you again, are our friends living with the financial values that are consistent with our lifestyle that we want for ourselves and our family? That's a crucial question. Now, money and emotions. We're trying to shape the mindset here. Now, think of you, and I've been in not this actual situation because I kind of know. I try to look in my wallet before I go out to eat. But you want to go to dinner with some friends, but the cheapest thing on the item on the menu costs $30, and you only have $22. Now, I have, like I said, never been in this situation, but I have been in the situation where something costs more than the money that I had in the bank. Now, how did it make me feel? That's the question. Money and emotion. How did it make you feel? I've been in a situation where I had to ask a family member for money because I was about to get kicked out of the house, which was, my first house in my early 20s. And, I thought I had it made, I'm making some decent money. I'm buying like all types of stuff that I didn't need. And next thing I know, my mortgage is due. I can't remember. I don't know, $850, whatever it was. But I had like $100 in the bank. So I had to break down and ask that family member for money. And I'm lucky and blessed enough to have a family member like that. But think about the people who don't have, a family member to ask that, ask for money. So those are some of the things that I think of. And, when it comes to your emotions, some of the things that we think about, or, the the eight fears or the eight emotions. You more than likely you have trust, you have fear, you have sadness, you have surprise, you have disgust, you have anger, anticipation, and you have joy. Now, when I was in that situation, I experienced fear, sadness, disgust. I was mad. Those are four emotions right there. So when it comes to our money and emotions, believe it or not, money can evoke any of these feelings. And just think about it. If your emotions, and when it comes to money and emotions, think about if you were in my situation. I was stressed out. Um, I was full of anxiety. But if I would have had money, those feelings, that stress could have been avoided. But don't get me wrong. Now, people, a lot of times, money can make people feel happy and feel joy. But there are a lot of people who have, a lot of money and wealthy, but are lonely because they spend all their time trying to make money, which that can be a lonely life if you don't have any friends or wife or anything. But just remember that. And also, when you think about money and emotion, when you think about marriages, money is the number one reason for divorce. Like I said, money can affect your personal health. When people are in stressful situations, that, like I said, they carry anxiety. They often neglect other areas of their life that help maintain good health. Like exercise, good nutrition, and just sleeping. So you want to be aware of those type things when it comes to your money and emotions. Now, the next thing that's important that we need to discuss is your dreams. Well, let's say goals and dreams, or dreams and goals. Pretty much they are the same. Just your goals are things that you're going to put down on paper. So just ask yourself these simple questions. How do you want to live your life? Who do you want to share your time with? What would you like to have? Just let's close your eyes and just think about those questions. Or better yet, think about taking let's say, a relaxing vacation where it can be, I don't know, the mountains, um, whatever, just somewhere that you love to go fishing, hunting, whatever. Let's say you could, if you like to hunt, you can just go into the mountains and just spend, months and months up there. That's a dream, of course, because you dream, you're thinking about it. But whatever you are feeling, think about it. Whatever it is, it's more than 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10 is going to require some type of money. I mean, not like it could be gas or taking time off, or it's going to take some money to get to where you want to go when it comes to your dreams. So just imagine if everything came true with who you want to live your life with, or who you want to share your time with. How would it look like? How would all that look like? I'm asking you. You have to think about that. How would it look like? Because you can dream about it all day, but like I said, a goal is, you actually putting it down on paper. So you have your dream of your vacation. So I would ask for you to write down, um, what's your dream? What is a dream of yours? Write down in the next 1 to 2 years. And you have to realize it's all, again, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Your lifestyle choices, they're going to affect your dreams. And also, just think about this too. While you think about the next 1 or 2 years, what do you want to complete? What are two ways that money can affect your dreams? I mean, think about that. You have to write them down. Now, I mentioned goals. That's when it comes to mindset. Goals probably one of the most important things. Say goals are essentially a person's dreams that are written down with a detailed plan for achieving them. Most people have dreams, but very, very few have specific plans for achieving their goals. Like, for example, I want to buy a car. I want to buy a car in 2 years, or let's just say I want to buy a car. I mean, that's a pretty much a dream. But if you want to say a goal could be I want to buy a car in 2 years. This month, you're going to figure out what car you want, how much does it cost, what car you like. Then next month, you create a savings plan because you already planned on how much it costs. Then within 6 months, you check your credit, make sure your credit right. Then in a year, you go ahead and check for the registration and the insurance, get that cost. So you have a plan or you have a goal of achieving how to buy that car. And it's the same way when it comes to budgeting, saving more, or trying to get your credit right. You have to do a little research on the front end, and then you have to, write down specific items, which brings me to SMART goals. I use this I use it every time that I'm trying to achieve something, because you just have to be you have to be aware of where you want to go, and things of that nature. So SMART, I mean, it stands for specific. It has to be a defined endpoint or a target of interaction. So again, specific. An example, what we had talked about earlier was the car. So an example is you're saving money to buy a car. It's much easier to keep that savings plan when you have a model, a color, and the features that you like or have already picked out. You're more specific. I mean, a car could be a Hyundai, it can be an Audi, it can be a Mustang, whatever. But once you get, the model, the color, or whatever it may be, then, you're being more specific, and that's important. Measurable. Attach numbers. For some reason, I love numbers, but you have to be measurable. An example is I will have a net worth. I'm just throwing it out. I will have a net worth of $500,000 by age 60. Those are numbers you can measure. The A stands for achievable or attainable. An example could be I want to be the president of the United States. That's a goal. It's a tough goal, but it's possible. But wanting to go to Wakanda to meet Black Panther, it's not going to happen. So relevant or results oriented. I like to use phrases that are in positive, like say, I accomplished, I am enjoying. Positive phrases direct your mind. And then once your mind is on board, your body, the rest comes naturally. Time driven or time limited. Give yourself a deadline. Example could be, I will pay off my $2,300 credit card by Memorial Day. These steps are important. Everything is important, but when it comes to, changing the mindset, that is one of the most important things that you can do. Set SMART goals. Become a lifelong learner. This is also important because we should always want to continue learning, whether it's reading a book, talking to others you can talk to others that have the same values and the lifestyle that you want to live. Those are the people you need to talk to. But it's also it's okay to talk to people because you can quickly realize I sure as hell don't want to go down that path. So you can learn something there also from people like that. You know, read articles from like the business section. I mean, true enough, there may be some words on there that you don't understand, because I don't understand everything that's on those type business sections. But that's a good thing. If you don't know, what do? You go and read about it. Like I say, it's all about changing the mindset. Once you change the mindset, everything else, I promise you, will come easy. Play money education games online. I mean, with these smartphones, we have all types of games that we can download. I haven't played Cash Flow by Robert Kiyosaki, but I heard it's a good game. Even when you think about Monopoly, Monopoly is another good game that people just take for granted. Really, they just play the game, but they don't even grasp the concepts of the game. Another one I said, visit the business and finance section in the bookstore or library. I'm a big advocate of libraries, so it's so much information out there and programs that the library offers. I mean, take advantage of that stuff. Again, like I said, again, it's about the mindset. Before you can, increase your credit score, before you can budget, before you can save, and before you can live free, you have to change the mindset. I'm going to keep saying that because that's important. Pursue internships and volunteer. When I first got to Birmingham, I just really jumped in because I wanted to learn about Birmingham. The same way can be, it can be the same when it comes to financial education. Just jump in, find something that you're interested in. I joined organizations like the Birmingham Change Fund. I'm on the board of the Birmingham Public Library. I mean, just jump in. I'm the neighborhood president. If you want to learn something, it's available for you to learn. So read blogs. You have to be careful sometimes with blogs, but it's still a good source of information. And like I said, once you change the mindset, then, everything else will come easy. We're almost wrapping up because I want to be, cognizant of everyone's time. So these are some of the topics that I have. And if you are interested in any of these topics, we're going to complete the steps. I'm going to offer free webinars this is the first step, which is the mindset, things that you need to do to change your mindset. The second step, I think, is credit and budget, your budget and your credit. That's the second step. So I have a free webinar for that coming up. Then you have your loans and debt, a free webinar coming soon. And then it's not on here, but the other one is going to be freedom or peace of mind. That's going to be talking about, ways to invest, like easy ways to invest, not complicated ways, but possibly into real estate or stock market without even looking at it. Entrepreneurship is another thing that we'll talk about in the freedom. So be on the lookout for that. I have account management, retirement planning, risk management, and insurance, governmental and economic influences. Think about those, and I would love for you to send me an email or leave a comment of what you would like to see. Just let me know. I'm on Instagram, which is people say I need to change the name, but I like it. It's Black Alchemy. Reason I named it that because I love this. One of the first books I read was The Alchemist. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I would also recommend Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinkers, The 80-20 Investor. Those are just some of the books that I have read that I would love to share. share with you, because like I said, I believe in sharing information. I'm on, if you hashtag emPOWERu series, you can find on Facebook and also Instagram, and you can sign up for, the classes, which I'm going to talk about later. Also, my email address is MILLEN forward. And like I said, that is the nonprofit. So moving along, of course, I can't leave the course without the plug. You got to have a plug, of course. So the first thing, what we talked about today is your foundation. Like I said again, it's the mindset. The mindset. The first, this Your Money 101 and 201, budget better, save more, and soar your credit score in 3 months. That is a self-taught online class that I have. It's going to include the things that we talked about today, but it has a lot more information. I couldn't talk about all this stuff today. It will just take up too much time. So again, all of these courses can be found on the website, which is emPOWERu. Of course, www.empoweruseries.millenforward.com, which it's on this slide here. So you should be able to go there and look at the courses. But the next one is loans and debt. Again, learn how some loans are okay and the best way to tackle your debt. You and your credit, you and your budget, build a budget. All those are self-taught classes. So feel free to go on the website, which I am going to put a link. Well, you can see the link, but I want to add it on the chat so you can just click on it. Oop, that is not right. So I'm going to add it now. And then also, I have the one-on-one coaching. Now, what that is of course, it's just what it is. It's one-on-one coaching. And what I want to be able to do is provide, one-on-one coaching to people, because I found it hard to go, just to go places and bring material, print out all types of information. It was just hard. So I thought, why not offer it online? So I think that is a good way when it comes to getting the message out. You can reach more people that way. And of course, you see the price and everything. It's going to be one-on-one coaching and support with the course curriculum. So you'll have the curriculum, then you'll have me one-on-one now, and it'll be a video. Well, you can video, or if you don't want video. So I'll work with you through that. And also, the first 10 people on all the courses, I'm offering a 25% off any course. So I think that's a good thing if you want to be the first 10. I just uploaded a link that is to schedule the one-on-one courses, but also I want to include the link to the actual self-taught courses. So which is, you see it there on your screen. But those are, I'm just putting that out there because of course this is the free class, and if you feel like you want to go farther in the course, then I want to provide you with that information. So I want to thank everyone for joining in. Actually, this this is going to be funny, but this is my second time doing this tonight because the first session was at 6 o'clock, but we had, I don't know, 10, 15 people, maybe, I don't know, on that, but eventually it'll get bigger. But I forgot to hit the record button, so I'm doing this again. So that's a funny note for tonight. So this is actually live, and this is my second time doing it. But again, I just want to thank you for taking the first step, and to gaining control of your budget, your finances, your credit. And again, like I said, the first step is your mindset. I mean, that I just cannot stress that enough. And again, thank you. Also, send me an email, leave comments of what you thought about it. How can I improve? I always want to do better. So I enjoy the people who signed up, and hopefully I'll be seeing you in the future. And we will be talking about the next step, which is, okay, it's going to be budget and your credit. So it's just going to be some fundamentals. Of course, I can't talk about everything, but it'll be a free course. But you have the information on your screen if you want to get one-on-one coaching, or if you want to do just self-taught online courses. You have that email also on your screen, a website on your screen, I'm sorry. So if there are no questions or any comments, I just want to thank everyone for dropping in, and hopefully you have learned something. If not, you must be sleeping during the class. Again, thank you so much. I'm James Sullivan, your one-on-one financial coach. You're a certified financial education instructor. It has been a pleasure, and I hope to see you and hear from you soon.